And welcome to the final round of the Hot Hatch Cup, brought to you by MVP Racing, and we are here at Deep Forest Raceway for the sprint race of the final round, round number 6 here. And let me just quickly share this before we get underway. So before we get underway here for the 10-minute sprint race, let's have a look at the grid. KB E36 lines up on pole position. Alongside him on the front row is Ickle Pants, MVP Pants. On row 2, leading row 2, is Fat Pickles Bro, nicknamed as Wiz on the side. So if you're wondering where Fat Pickles Bro is, he is Wiz. Alongside him on row number 2 is Brian. MVP Denner, with a bit of a disappointing qualifying, lines up on P5 with Stu Shelton alongside him on row 3. And rounding out the grid is Pilo, the number 631, the bright pink car. Very easy to spot. So let's get ready to start the races as engine notes rise here at Deep Forest Raceway. Lights go out and we're racing at a strong start from McCabe. Just about gets out in front of MVP Pants as they go up the hill towards turn 1 for the first time. But MVP Pants looking towards the outside line here as they swing into turn 1. Round the outside goes MVP Pants. Can he swing it all the way around the outside? Oh, he just about does, but they're still going to be side by side as they head into the complex for the first time. Side by side as well is Brian and Fat Pickles Bro, and Fat Pickles Bro looks like he's got the better of it, but MVP Pants takes the lead here. KB's in second, then here comes Fat Pickles and Brian, then MVP Denner looking towards the inside of Brian there. Can he get the job done into this right hander? And that's Stu Shelton trying to get in the mix of, oh, they're 3 wide here between the 3 of them. Brian just about holds on. Stu Shelton is still trying to challenge. Pilo wants to get involved as well. And Pilo is getting involved. He's looking up the inside into the left-hander before the back straight and gets through. Pilo up into 6th. MVP Deno is there in 5th, just behind Brian. As MVP Denner is really looking to challenge. KB's in the slipstream as well. MVP Pants, I don't know what to watch here. We'll watch the 2 Leos and have a watch out in the as we side by side in the background. KB looking towards the inside, hard on the brakes into the hairpin. KB gets through. And Denno looking towards the inside of Brian as well, and does get through as well. And Stu Shelton's got back past on Pilo, so Stu Shelton's back up into 6th spot. KB's taking the lead, Denno's up into 4th, and Stu Shelton up into 6th. I'll go back up the hill again, and the slipstream will go along here as Pants is looking to go round the outside into turn 1. We've got Fat Pickles Bro not far behind these guys as well as we go into the braking zone for turn 1. And also challenging in the background, Panthers get through, and that is Stu Shelton trying to challenge back on Pilo. So Pilo obviously got back through on Stu Shelton, but these guys are still battling through the complex. But I'm not quite sure if there's going to be any challenge. It's very much single file through this section here. Emmy Denner is now starting to close up. Pilo's gone back past on Stu Shelton, so these 2 are jostling around all over the place. Let's go back up the field here as they all now go into single file. MVP KB is just about holding this lead, but now we're once again going to have a massive slipstream fest. A lot of track limits there for MVP Pants. Careful, don't want to do that too much. As we now head down this back straight here, and the slipstream is enabled. Full closing speed here from MVP Pants. Can he challenge into this hairpin? Is he going to be good enough on the brakes, or is he going to decide just to wait at just another corner? Because we got, oh, there's a bit of contact in the braking zone. And a big moment there on the exit as well. That's going to allow KB the breathing space he needs as they go up the hill once again to be able to hold on for just another lap. We've got a lot of comments coming through, which is interesting to see, so I'll just have a look. So MVP Pants under a bit of pressure here actually from Fat Pickles Bro. Will there be a challenge into turn 1, or will they stay single file? They stay single file for now. MVP Deno is trying to close up on the battle for second place as KB's broken a bit of a gap after the contact between Ickle Pants and MVP KB. Brian is there in 5th, not too far behind. They've got Pilo through the complex just ahead of Stu Shelton. These two look like they've settled down for a little bit until the battle resumes, maybe onto the back straight once again. Now, I've not done too much running myself around Deep Forest, so I can't really give you too much of an insight on this circuit. I've done a little bit on AI, but not done any multiplayer races around this circuit as of yet. But I do know that the slipstream on this back straight and on the main straight is absolutely massive, especially on cars that will be very equally matched, not really got any sort of aerodynamic downforce. Being in that slipstream around on this circuit, around those big long straights, really does help your lap time and does allow you to get very close to an overtake. MVP Pants is starting to stretch a little bit of a gap between himself and Fat Pickles Bro, as we all sort of have gone into a bit of a duel part of the race as we come towards the halfway mark. And everyone's got a bit of a gap between each other, and this is actually a very rarity, especially in these sprint races. That doesn't really spread out this much normally. So I'm just going to go on board here with KB as he comes through the first corner. It's a very long corner, and you think, oh, this is going to end soon, and it just doesn't. And now we come into the complex, and you just got to stay nice and committed, but keep it nice and tidy through this left-hander, and you can take a decent amount of curb there. He just clips the curb on the inside as KB, and then it's all about just holding your momentum as much as possible. Of course, I've only done this against the AI, but KB holding the momentum nicely here, and just it's all about being long-minded here and just thinking, right, I want to set this corner up for the next corner as we now come towards the final part of the complex and onto the back straight here. MVP Pants is just on the edge of that gap for Fat Pickles Bro. For Fat Pickles Bro to be able to get the slipstream here. I don't think we're going to have a challenge into this hairpin. I don't think he's quite close enough for that, but he may be close enough for a challenge into turn 1 as after they've gone up the hill in the slipstream. But no challenge as of yet. But in the background, Pilo is starting to close down on Brian. So Brian has been gapped a little bit from LS Deno, and now Pilo is starting to close up to the back. So will Brian be able to hold on to Pilo? We'll have to wait and see. We're going to go up the field again. MVP Pants still holding a bit of an advantage to Fat Pickles Bro, and MVP Deno is closing up to the back of these two. Brian is there, still being closed here from Pilo, but I think we have got a winner, unless he makes a mistake of MVKB. He's got some breathing space, he's broken that slipstream, and he's setting now fastest laps and keeping it consistent. So, and he's about half a second quicker than MVP Pants. Fat Pickles Bro, oh, a bit of a twitch there on the rear there from Fat Pickles Bro. Just about holds on to it, he's just trying to close into that slipstream range and get nicely tucked up to be able to challenge, but he's not close enough as of yet. We look down the field, Brian with Pilo is being closed here. I'm going to go on board here with Brian, looking back at Pilo, and that was very late on the brakes there from Pilo, but will it prevent his drive coming out? That was actually very close to the barrier there. I think he clipped it actually. I think I saw some sparks fly from Stu Shelton in the background, but will Pilo be able to challenge here into the hairpin? I don't think it's quite close enough, but it will. Maybe he will be close enough for turn 1 into the braking zone. Not quite close enough. He doesn't try to send in a bit of a dive bomb as of yet, and a twitch on the apex there from Pilo is not going to help him at all as he tries to mount this challenge, but I don't think he's going to be close enough now. After that little bit of a twitch, after that hesitation on the power, it won't be close enough this time from Pilo. Looking back up the grid, and MVP Deno is closing up to Fat Pickles Bro. The number 10, the MVP Racing founder, holding it in fourth spot, trying to get onto the podium spots. And we've only got a minute and a half left to go of this race. That'll be 2 laps to go here. And purple there from MVP Deno. He wants that podium. He can smell it. But that was slightly wide there from MVP Deno. Will that compromise him? Or did he manage to keep the power on just as much as he wanted to? We shall see. We shall see. He's not close enough for a challenge at the end of this straight here. But maybe he'll edge that gap in slightly. Because we have only got 1 more lap after this. Let's go down the field because Pilo's getting closer to Brian. Will he challenge now into the hairpin? I don't think he's quite close enough. Is Pilo? Let's go on board with him. Is he going to dart to the inside? No, not quite this time. But it's slightly shallow line there from Brian. Will that allow Pilo to get a better exit? No, Brian gets the better exit, gets the better run through the corner. And I think the gap's actually even more from after that corner, so it won't be enough this time around. It all still quite spread out here. KB still holds the fastest lap. MVP Pants has actually caught him a little bit. That's about a lap last time around from MBKB. Half a second off his best. Still looking quite close between Fat Pickles Bro and LS Deno. One little mistake from Fat Pickles Bro will allow him to get onto the back and then be able to use the slipstream to his advantage. And that is slightly wide there from Fat Pickles Bro. Will that prevent his line? Oh, I think there's slightly different lines actually there. I do apologise. I think Fat Pickles Bro uses a slightly wider line coming in to try and get it in nice and tight on the exit. And oh no, hold on, we've had a moment there from the founder. MVP Deno, LS Deno has had a moment. Let's have a look. Let's go on board with him through this left hand. He's missed the apex there slightly and he's going to clip the grass. Around he goes, and the number 10, his chances of a podium have gone up in just a bit of grass. So we now go onto the back straight here, and there's going to be a challenge from the top 3. Pilo, I don't think he's close enough to challenge Brian into this hairpin, so I think we're going to stay the way they started this lap. But yes, so it looks like we're all staying nice and single file here, and unless Pilo can get a stonking run on Brian, I think that's it. KB though comes through the final corner flat out to take another victory here. KB wins it. Second place is MVP Pants. Then comes Fat Pickles Bro. Then will come MVP Deno. Brian holds it on to 5th spot ahead of Pilo, and Stu Shelton will come home in 6th spot. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall be right back with a feature race.